ES E-mini futures 2000 tick chart, and we're using price action rules and market geometry to determine where to enter for high probability setups. So far this morning, the price action's been really nice. You can see we started the overnight session in this nice downtrend. We broke outside of this downtrend, had a spike up, something like this. Broke outside of that channel and didn't create new high. That shows that this channel is still going to try to test new low. After you see that this channel doesn't create new high, you can start to look for some kind of short to test new low. Unfortunately, nothing really formed. You can enter on this trade here, actually. It's pretty decent. It's like a second entry short. You can see we have new low, first entry short when we broke below this bar, pull back second entry short. So if you can get filled below that bar, really decent trade. It's below EMA. You can see strong rejection 2 times off of the EMA, and it ended up pushing down to create new low. So it's not a technical new low. You can see we didn't make it all the way, but when you see it push down like that and then completely reverse up like that, you can consider that to be new high or new low. So after that was created, you can see strong spike up, fits in this channel really nice. We broke outside of this channel and it created new high, but you can see we pulled back to EMA and rejected strongly off the EMA and continued to work higher. When you see that, you know that there has to be some kind of secondary channel. So I drew this, it's called a spike and a channel, and this one needs new high after it broke. And same thing with this downtrend. It created a technical new high. You can see it tried multiple times to test new high here. It didn't get all the way up to where it needed to be, but you can see we're just a couple ticks off and it completely reversed down. We started this consolidation, and when we break out of a consolidation like this, we know that most of the time these breakouts fail. So if we pull back into the range here, I mean, overall it's just area of development. After new highs created, you can expect correction or reversal. So you really want to just sit on your hands after this and just wait to see what the next market structure is going to be before you even consider looking for trades. If it breaks out, pulls back, and then continues lower, that's called a breakout pullback. When that happens, then you can be pretty confident that this trading range is over, and you can start to look for some kind of channel, maybe something like this. But like I said, it's just too early for that right now. We have new high created for this. All market structures have played out. All bias is clear. So really, like I said, area of development. We're just sitting on our hands, waiting for the new market structure, not looking for trades at all. Unfortunately, there was nothing really here to be able to get in. I mean, other than this right here, you can see new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long. It's decent, but when this forms, you don't really have this support or resistant line drawn yet, so it's kind of just in the middle of nowhere below EMA. I mean, it's decent, but it's a multiple test. You can see we have a rejection here, here, and here off of the same price level, so it's decent. You can consider it, but in my opinion, it's just too risky. You definitely want to just be patient, and you want the market to come to you. You don't want to try to force trades where they're not there, and it gets you in a situation where if you build that habit, you end up taking trades that you shouldn't be taking, and it completely tanks your win rate, right? Like, when you're able to just sit in front of the chart and not expect to make money is when you're going to make money. Like, when it comes to trading, something I like to always say is trading has nothing to do with money. You come to the markets and all you're doing is sitting in front of a chart that is just displaying data to you in candlestick bar chart patterns, right? It's just data being fed to you, and all you have to do is wait for something to happen and then click a button when that thing happens. Money has nothing to do with trading whatsoever, and a lot of people get into trading to make money, which is normal, right? That's why we all start. But then you make the mistake of trying every day to make the money, and it causes you to take stupid trades because all you're thinking about is the money. You're not thinking about your strategy, your rules, your guidelines, any of it. You're just coming to the market and you want to take a trade so that you can make money and find satisfaction in that, and then the longer you do that, the more you start to build those habits that you get dopamine from the money that you make, not the rules that you follow, right? You want to build your trading up to where you find satisfaction and you get those dopamine hits for following your rules, not winning trades. So, um, it's really important that you guys understand that. I think it was one of the biggest things for me in trading is when I like started to you kind of have to like not care in a way, right? You just come to the market and you love trading for trading, not for the money. The money is just a byproduct of being a good trader. And the only way you can be a good trader is if you're not worried about the money, right? So I hope that little rant helped you guys out. I hope it's just important that you recognize that, right? You can't come to the market expecting to take trades. You have to come to the market, watch the data form, and take a trade if it happens, if it forms in front of you and it follows your rules, and then you enter, right? So it looks like we're pushing pretty far down here. I don't think this breakout's going to fail. There might be some kind of wider downtrend, something like this. So I'm going to be just sitting on my hands, watching this form, and we'll see what the market wants to do here. All right, this uptrend still needs new high. I thought we weren't going to make one once we retraced so far, but we immediately pushed back above EMA. So I'm thinking that maybe some kind of setup here at EMA to test new extreme for this uptrend. All right, guys, price action is being pretty confusing. Might be some kind of wider downtrend, something like this. But it looks like we have overshoot potentially right here. So we'll look for a strong rejection or reversal above EMA. It's definitely got some bearish. We never created new high for this uptrend, which is weird. I was looking for some kind of second entry long here, but you can see we just spiked directly back through EMA. So far, nothing really very clear. It's been pretty confusing. It looks like it might be even some kind of wider trading range, but I'm going to go ahead and take my break. It's getting pretty exhausting watching this stuff. It's pretty confusing, and I don't want to end up taking a trade that I shouldn't be in. You know how it goes. So I'll be back in about an hour, and we'll see what price action's done. All right, guys, just came back from my break. There is some kind of downtrend. I just can't really find one that fits very well. I've tried a couple of them, like this. Kind of have to ignore that first swing right there, though. And it's definitely bearish, but I just can't find a channel that fits. It's just super weird price action. You can see it follows one channel here and then another channel here. And I mean, I guess this one works pretty well. I just don't like how much empty room there is here at the bottom and here at the top. But if we find some kind of short trade, I can consider taking it here at the EMA. Just considering how bearish it is, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Pretty confusing day. You can see we just had this strong spike down, break, pushed a new low, and then we spiked above EMA, broke outside of that spike in channel, created a new high, and then we broke below EMA with this short-term downtrend. And you can see often when we break a channel like this, it'll often make two legs to create new low for this downtrend. So we had a strong spike up and then a second leg working lower. After that new low played out, we expect correction and reversal. So it looks like it reversed, and then we just ended up consolidating and formed some kind of weird, I don't even know what this is. It's a downtrend for sure, but it's just hard to find a channel that fits it. Every time you draw a channel, you just end up with more and more overshoot, but it never acts as overshoot. You know, when you have overshoot, you expect it to reverse the market, and it just never does. So pretty good day. Decent price action. I mean, there's just so many times in this one that like it just didn't create a full-on new low or new high. It just attempted it and then completely reversed to the other side. So pretty confusing day today. I didn't end up taking anything. Just had to sit on your hands most of the day because nothing was really, I wasn't even really looking for trades considering how unclear the direction of the market was. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be uploading every weekday my live charting session. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck with your trading.